A claps.
What up, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 3 review. Do not forget to tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Central Time for my exclusive interview with Queen B. Now, let's get into this week's episode because it was so good and funny. So, ahead of the Milwaukee trip, Meredith is in her room talking to her husband, Seth, and he tells her when it comes to Whitney, he says, to me, Whitney is like high school algebra. Pay no attention to it. The shade began immediately. And if that wasn't like a truer statement, I don't know what was. Bronwyn tells her husband that she was shocked that Lisa didn't stick up for her when Heather came for her. And it really bothered her because she thought they were better than that. And, you know, she thought that Lisa would have her back. But I'm like, girl, you about to quickly learn that Lisa Barlow is a friend to no one. Lisa is a milder version of Tamra to me. She's not that despicable, but she's only out for herself at the end of the day. Mary calls Whitney and says, you know, I was calling to let you know I will be there, but I'm going to really go by myself. You know how I fly, Whitney. Like, I know you got a private plane, and I know all 19 of you will be on it. Like, how you gonna call somebody and tell them that you gonna take your own transportation and shade them in the process? But once again, no lie was spoken, because when they showed the scene of them all getting on their private plane, I wouldn't have wanted to fly on there with them neither. It was too many people, too small of a space. No ma'am, Pam. But more than anything, outside of Mary shading Whitney, it was Mary's bedroom. I'm like, my girl, you are a hoarder. You need to get this checked out, Miss Girl, because I'm scared. Like, she had vacuum cleaners, clothes, cleaning supplies, her cars, jewelry, pots and pans. I was like, Mary, what is happening? Yeah, Mary, you need to seek help for that, because no way should your bedroom or any room in your house be looking like that. That was crazy town. So Angie tells her husband that Brittany's man, and we're going to say that very loosely, Jared Osman, apparently has been DMing her brow girl, the girl that does her brows, trying to get on her, trying to, you know, talk to her, this, that, and the third. And she was wondering, should she tell Brittany, considering the fact that she don't know her like that, you know what I'm saying? And her husband was like, yeah, I think you should tell her. Like, you will want to be told. So she was like, you know, if the opportunity presents itself, I will. You know how people be when you tell them something about their man or their kids, child. People will shoot the messenger. For show purposes, yeah, I would have told her because it makes for great television. Even in real life, I guess I would tell her because there's no skin off of my back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but she seemed like the type of girl that's gonna still talk to him anyway, because she's so like desperate. Like, Brittany got some issues going on with her, like low self-esteem. Something is going on, because she is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for this man. So we also learned that Mary's father lived in Milwaukee, and she gives us a very interesting story about how her father lived a street away from Jeffrey Dahmer, and on his way to work, he would say, like, what is that smell? He used to smell something really funny. And she says that the day that Jeffrey Dahmer got arrested, her father witnessed it. Like, he was standing right there watching everything go down. And I was like, okay, it fits Mary. This story fits Mary Cosby, and I don't even think she lying. I just don't. I really don't even think she lying. Like, Mary Cosby is a game of Clue, and I'm here for every minute of it. So the ladies are all in Milwaukee. They're sitting down having a little bite to eat together. And Brittany asks Lisa how Jack is doing on his mission. And Lisa starts to fake cry because, not now tear ever produces out this lady's eyes and says, it's really been hard. It's really been hard because he's going through some health problems right now. Yeah, but he's like, Mom, I'm gonna handle it. Girl, that boy probably had a stomach ache, and then she took it and blew it up for the cameras to gain sympathy or just to have something to talk about. Because once again, at that table and in her confessional, not a tear dropped. Eyes did not become moistened at all. Lisa Barlow has perfected the fake white woman cry. Oh my God. Like, I don't trust nothing that come out of her mouth, okay? Nothing at all. But Mary hugs her surprisingly and says, I'm going to be praying for you, this, that, and the third. Whitney gives the girls the itinerary. They're going to go to a Bucks game and they're going to go to the Bobblehead Museum because, Mary so eloquently last season called Whitney a bobblehead to her face. Mary just laughed. Like, she couldn't do nothing but laugh. And Heather's going to take some of the girls that want to gamble to the casino because, gambling is against, their religion and everything. So Mary in her confessional says, she's not a bobblehead anymore. She passed the baton on to someone else, talking about Brittany. Mary cannot stand Brittany, and I am here for it. So they show all the girls in their rooms getting dressed and everything. Brittany, oh God, Jesus, be offense, is trying to FaceTime Jared. He rejects her FaceTime call. She literally sat there like this. Okay. All right. It's like, girl, like, how many ways did this man have to show you that he not checking for you like that? Like, she is clueless. Bless her heart. Like, oh Lord, I don't ever want to be that dumb over a man at this age in life. My God. Oh Lord. Oh, he probably using the hell out of her. She probably paying for stuff, all types of stuff. So Angie then goes to Bronwyn's room and checks on her because she could like see a shift in her after the little ski event or whatever that they went on before the trip. And Bronwyn says that, the things Lisa said about May Lee was far worse than anything that I said. And we see a flashback of the day Lisa, Heather, and Bronwyn was together. And Lisa said, some guy named Wade said, Maylee is about to get blacklisted from Nordstrom's for all of her returns. And was laughing. They all was like, and was laughing about it or whatever. So she like, y'all want to bring up Heather want to bring up what I said, and Lisa didn't even really back me up, but lo and behold, you was in the car shading Miss Girl, and you was in the back seat kikiing it up. Everybody want to act like what I did was so bad, but nobody else want to cop to they stuff. And I'm like, I feel you, Miss Bronwyn. Bronwyn has really came onto this show and like put herself in position. It wasn't no like newbie type of thing where it seemed like she's just always been here. It wasn't really no like integration. Like she came in and planted her flag and has taken off. And I love that she speaks facts. She ain't got no problem telling it. And I also love the fact that she's gonna stick up for herself and she not gonna let them railroad her. And I'm here for it. I'm loving Bronwyn so far. Loving her. So Bronwyn says, the two of them have decided they can say whatever, and little bitch Bronwyn is gonna keep their secrets while they treat me like a little bitch. But oh no, girl, we not playing them type of games. She letting them know you not gonna look like me. I'm Big B, all right, not the little one. So at the casino, because the girls split up half and half. So at the casino, Lisa responds to Jared's text to Brittany saying, I didn't even know that you called. I don't know how I missed your call. And Lisa basically responded on her behalf saying, no problem. I'm out with my girls. I'm kicking it. I'll give you a call at some other time. And I was like, yeah, somebody need to teach her the rules of dating and give her game and confidence. And Lisa told Brittany, she was like, girl, you gonna need to take a major step back if he don't make a major change. And here go Brittany. He did. He made me his girlfriend. Girl, how old are you talking about somebody made you their dang on girlfriend? You are too old to be somebody's girlfriend, first of all, and for you to be salivating over it like it's the biggest thing ever, like he asked you to the sock hop. Like, lady, if you don't grow up, oh my word. So Heather and Meredith go off on their own talking, and Meredith tells Heather that people are saying that Whitney is using jewelry off of Alibaba and then selling it for double the price and using their stock photos. And they showed proof on the screen. I'm loving this Whitney takedown this season. I'm so here for the Whitney takedown. One thing Meredith gonna do is blast somebody. She gonna pull out the receipts and blast you. I don't know why the girls keep coming for Meredith, because Meredith is gonna bring your tea and spill it. Okay, Heather was shocked. Heather had not heard about this at all. They show a flashback scene, I think, to earlier that day where Lisa and Meredith were in the room talking, and Lisa was the one that brought it up to Meredith. She'd even heard about it. So the streets been talking. Apparently, this was something that had been exposed on social media, right? So Heather was like, well, you should talk to her about it. She was like, what for? Like, she don't want to be my friend. I don't even think she liked me. Like, no, I'm good. I'm so good. And I'm like, Whitney always want to act like she is the moral standard of everything. And girl, you just out here fronting and living this lifestyle that you probably really can't even afford for real, and selling 10-15 cent jewelry for $30. Like, girl, if you don't get out of here with this mess. So later on that night, the girls go to the basketball game. They meet the players. It was really dope. Mary, we find out, don't use public restrooms. I don't either. I will hold it until I get home. I will hold it. It is very rare that I use a public restroom. I have to really need to use it in order for me to use a public restroom because they're so disgusting and nasty. But Mary says that if you use a tampon, it stops you from having to pee for the whole day. You won't have to go. But you got to use the extra large ones. Like, how can you not love this lady? How can you not love this crazy hoarder of a lady that says these idiotic, crazy things? Like, I just want to be Mary's best friend. I just want to live in her world. Oh my God, this lady is television gold. Brittany, once again, FaceTimes Jared. This time the nigga answered. Woo. And I'm like, girl, when you gonna FaceTime your kids? You more worried about this man, like Mary said, than your own kids, okay? So she all on the phone. Hey, love, I just wanted to say hi. Meanwhile, Bronwyn and Angie sitting right behind her. And Angie was like, oh, that's Jared. Hey, I know everything you're doing. And so she ends up spilling the tea to Bronwyn about what's going on with Jared and her brow girl. And Brittany, after she hangs up with Jared, was like, is this about me? So she must have overheard a little bit. So Bronwyn was like, yeah, a little. Angie then goes on to relay to her what's been said and what's been going on. And she was like, how long ago was this? And Angie was like, 2 weeks ago. She immediately gets emotional and was like, I'll be back. Meredith follows her out and consoles her because Miss Girl breaks down and cries. Now, them tears was real, honey. She was crying. And Meredith was trying to give her advice in the bathroom, like, girl, you need to be out here dating. Like, don't be putting all your eggs in one basket. Like, it's time for you to move on. But you can tell she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She want this man. She want that man, and she gonna do whatever it is possible to get him. It ain't over between her and Jared, child. Not in the least. So Lisa asked Bronwyn how things went at the museum. And they flash back to Bronwyn and Maylee having a conversation. And Maylee says, things have not been sitting well to me to hear that you have been making fun of my outfits. And Bronwyn was like, well, if you're very concerned about what people are saying about your clothes, I would have a serious conversation with Lisa, because Bronwyn ain't even the one that's been talking about your damn clothes. So I'm wondering, like, who went to her and told her that Bronwyn was making fun of her clothes? It had to have been Heather. It had to have been Heather went back and lied on Bronwyn, right? So Lisa says, Maylee or whatever her name is, comes over and confronts Lisa about it. And Lisa was like, is this a snarky joke? And Brown was like, girl, we not about to play that game. And she calls her out for her hypocrisy. And it's exactly what it was. Like, don't sit up here and try to play it off in Miss Girl's face like you wasn't clowning her. That wasn't no snarky joke. You was shading her. And the same thing goes for Bronwyn. Bronwyn, you need to fess up to the fact that even though you said the same comment to Whitney's face, you said it in a totally different way. When you were in that car with Heather and Lisa, you was being shady. You was shading her and on some like, ew, she can't sit with us type of time. But when you said it to Whitney, you made it seem like it was just a little cute little joke. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all are doing the same thing. But like Bronwyn says, we all talking about each other. So like, how we gonna crucify each other when we all doing the same thing? Like, we're not about to play this game. And I love the fact that she stood on business with them heifers. Like, y'all not about to bully me. It's not about to happen. And I love that for Bronwyn. Shocked that she's only 38 years old. Girl, that's all I got to say. Ooh, girl. So Lisa was like, to Bronwyn, I didn't know you left with unresolved feelings after, Elisa's dinner. And she herself feels like she stood up for Bronwyn that day. She stood up for her a little bit, but not really. So Bronwyn stands firm on her position on everything. Heather comes over and joins the conversation and was like, I didn't mean to put you on blast. And Brown was like, but you did. I understand you saying you didn't mean it, but you did. You came at me real hard. And we need to get correct about a couple of things about how we're going to have a friendship. And I was like, oh, Miss Brown said, yeah, I need to address this real quick and let you know how you will handle me moving forward. Okay? Because don't let the she clothes fool you, Miss Girl. And so Heather said, we need to get correct. And in her confessional, Heather imitates Bronwyn doing all of this and all that. She did a really good impersonation of her. So Heather says, do you think that it's fair that you say different things to different people? Ain't this the pot calling the kettle black? And Bronwyn says, you said that I laughed at Whitney's trauma when both of you said to me, Whitney plays that up when she wants to and downplays it when she doesn't. Baby, Lisa and Heather got to looking at each other like, did this bitch just really say? Yeah, she said that. Oh shit, like what lie we gonna come up with next? They showed the flashback of Lisa at her dinner saying those exact words, and Heather, yep, I agree. Girl, just as fake as ever. And Bronwyn said, you two are her lying ass friends. And that's not worse. Girl, I love when she said you two are her lying ass friends. Bronwyn got them together real quick. And that was the end of the episode, girl. Girl, like I said, Salt Lake girls are showing up and standing on business. Bronwyn so far is the breakout star for me this season. Mary, of course, is marrying all day, and I'm here for all of the jokes and the quirkiness. I'm loving the takedown of Whitney. Heather is just fugazi to me. Meredith, keep on exposing these bitches. I'm here for it. I cannot wait for Whitney to get exposed for using Alibaba jewelry. Here for every second. This season is already so delicious, and we're only 3 episodes in. Okay, loving it. Woo! I'm gonna give this week's episode of Salt Lake City an A. It was stellar. Once again, can't wait to watch it all over again. You guys, please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.